Mia Khalifa's real name is actually Sarah Jo. Can you believe that?
I'm Sarah. I'm Sarah fucking Jo.
I mean, that name sounds more made up than her moniker, but that's just the tip of the iceberg on everything revealed on her latest podcast sit down, this time with Diary of a CEO. And the girl, she reveals all. Take a look.
I couldn't scream loud enough. There's nothing I could do to make it go away or to make them stop. I didn't.
Are you okay talking about this?
Can we take a break?
Now, if anyone knows me, well, my career was kickstarted by the rise of Mia Khalifa. I mean, one video I made on her, it pulled in 13 plus million views. Now, that was back in 2016, but from there, before they were famous, it was off to the running. And well, I've made dozens of videos on Mia since, like that one time we sat down for an interview. Yeah, well, I was a little shocked myself when you sent me a death threat via Twitter. Let's start over. I'm Michael McCrudden.
Hi, how are you?
Never better, but I am curious. Could you have found a smaller top?
No.
Now, people still stop me on the streets thinking that that whole thing was real. It was not, and it's certainly not as revealing, as riveting, as much of a tell-all as her recent sit-down with Diary of a CEO. I mean, I've always been trying to actually figure out the full story of the come-up of Mia Khalifa. We've got bits and pieces here. She was married at the beginning. It was all a little under the veil, but now she is telling all. Now, in the interview, Sarah, known the world over as Mia Khalifa, well, she breaks down her come-up and her travel from Lebanon to America. She also deals with the racism that is in the fallout of 9/11 and how that affected her mentally. Also, her then transition into the world of adult entertainment, which apparently her husband, he was all for.
Your husband, when you're 18 years old, is encouraging you towards the adult entertainment industry.
It started off as just online, but then eventually, yeah, when I was asked to I was given a business card and told to think about it. I went home, I laughed it off, and the consensus was, you should do it. I think it would be great.
Now, we got lots to unpack in this latest episode of Famous News. Now, Mia, or Sarah, if you're seeing this video, now I apologize to you for all the strange videos I've made on you over the years, except for the one where I proposed. That one was all jokes, and the offer still stands. I just got to run it past my actual wife, Kara. But if she's cool with it, I'm joking. I got to stop. All right, guys, let's get into this episode of Famous News, and let's unpack everything going on with Sarah Jo. That sounds strange to say.
When you look back at the Mia...
Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Would you prefer to be called Sarah?
Yeah. But it's not, I don't take offense to, I did a while ago, but I don't take offense to it, or I don't feel like my name's actually Sarah. It's either or.
Now, Mia Khalifa, or Sarah Jo, is very particular with who she sits down for an interview. I know she's done Philip DeFranco, and she's turned down plenty of other offers, like the Impulsive Crew. They were desperate to book her as a guest, but she didn't want anything to do with them. Now, after the Joe Rogan podcast, Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, well, it's one of the top charting podcasts all over the web. And his latest guest that he booked, Sarah Jo, well, this one's about to break the internet.
Made a lot of choices that I can't take back, porn being one of the biggest ones, but I feel like that wasn't even the first one. The first one was getting into a relationship that I never should have been in with someone who was extremely abusive, extremely dangerous in the sense that looking back on it and having the self-awareness and being able to call it what it was is grooming. It was just a relationship that I feel like a lot of girls get into when they're in their late teens.
The thing with Mia Khalifa is that kids know her, adults love her, America knows all about her because of the tabloids, but it's the people in the Middle East who are obsessed with her, and that's why she is just lightning in a bottle. Anyway, in this interview, she talks about her stint in the adult entertainment industry. She discusses several topics with Steven and really goes into depth about how it all played out, how it happened, and how short-lived her career actually was. One of the main themes that they explore is Sarah's battle against insecurity and her search for self-confidence. Now, she opens up about her struggles with low self-esteem and the impact it had on her decision to enter the adult industry in the first place.
it's never clicked before. And they always say like, oh, the confidence is the key to everything. Confidence will unlock everything for you. And I never really understood that because it's like, okay, where the fuck does the confidence come from? How do you just simply get confident?
Now in the interview, Sarah explains that she joined the adult entertainment industry in 2014 and she quickly gained significant attention. And that's despite only working as an actress for 3 months, where she earned a modest sum of just $12,000. Now, I've said this before on camera, but Mia Khalifa paid off my entire student loan, like $50,000 with one video. And I'm sure we've made a dozen. So I actually made more money off Mia Khalifa's adult career than she did. She's made more money since, but still crazy. Now, she emphasizes that her time in the industry, it's had lasting effects on her life. Now, she talks about her attempts to move away from her past and how it continues to impact her in various ways. Now, she knows that these videos will be on the internet for the rest of her life. And, well, she's done a whole lot of work to rebrand herself moving forward, and she's done a phenomenal job. I remember when she was like the most popular searched adult star on the internet, but she would never show up at the AVN Awards. Likely, she would have won everything in a landslide, but she wanted nothing to do with the industry. Now, during the interview, Sarah shed light on the predatory tactics employed by the adult entertainment industry. Now, she discusses the pressures and the exploitive nature that performers like herself, well, they often face. She breaks down that they got these young girls signing these contracts that last into like the galaxy and beyond to the end of time. And obviously, they're just taking advantage of young girls wanting a bit of money and a bit of fame and owning them and owning the rights to their image forever. Now, Sarah's experiences have led her to be critical of the industry and to advocate for better safeguards and protections for those who enter. I think that's fair and a fantastic thing to stand up for. Now, in her journey towards healing and personal growth, Sarah sought therapy and emphasized the importance of mental health. Now, she shares the benefits she's gained from therapy, highlighting its role in her helping her cope with the challenges that she's faced. Basically, since she found fame, she's been going to therapy, she goes on the regular, and well, she's become an entirely different person. On top of that, she's also got to deal with having like 50 million followers and, you know, being famous, but for something she hates, it's a lot to manage. In recent years, Sarah has transitioned her career and pursued various ventures outside of the adult entertainment industry. Now, she has worked as a sports presenter and she was also engaged with her audience through like, you know, OnlyFans, but I think it's all PG. But hey, girls gotta monetize, right? In 2020, she actually made a guest appearance as herself in the Hulu show titled Rami.
He got ISIS to leave me alone, so.
ISIS was after you?
I'm not allowed back in Lebanon. I was banned from the Middle East. Which is crazy, because they're the ones who watch my videos the most. Statistically, Muslim countries consume more porn than anyone else. The men who are yelling at me are the same men who are clicking on me.
Now, additionally, Sarah, she's embarked on a new venture by launching a fine body jewelry brand, which is known as Shaitan. And she's also teamed up with Mia Khalifa, promoting a new line of cannabis. And I believe it's called Khalifa something. Makes a lot of sense, right? There was also a failed engagement to a Texas-based cook. Not sure what happened with that. I don't think it was touched upon in the interview. But still, we're hearing everything finally from the horse's mouth. And for a guy out there who's made a lot of money and a lot of jokes at Mia Khalifa expense, well, it was really nice to get some answers. You know, a Sarah Joe, I don't think I ever figured out her actual last name, and that's just the beginning of this very in-depth, very professional, very articulate, sensitive. It feels like a safe space. It's just a really nice interview that really shows you Mia Khalifa is doing well with all the fame she found, and she's really moving forward in a different way. So big congrats to Sarah on taking a lemon and making some lemonade with all that notoriety. Now, wherever you watch these videos, be it Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, be sure to give us a follow because we drop new content each and every day. My name, of course, is Michael McCrudden, and I'll see you guys in another video. Oh!